everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Melissa. So today I'm going to talk about some series that I really need to finish this year. So I have started quite a lot of series and I've really been wanting to try to finish some. So this year my goal is to complete series that I have started. So I'm going to get into this and show you all the books that I need to complete this year. So the first book is Vernon Reid. I need to finish this one. This is the third book in the Grishaverse. So I really need to finish this one. This one, it follows a girl who they live in this world where there are magical people and then people that don't have magic. And so she's one of those people, and she ends up finding out she has magic, and then she's thrust into this different world and she's got to kind of like navigate it and stuff. It's a really good fantasy series. I read the first two, like I binge read the first book in like 2 days. So yeah, I really need to finish this series, so this is on my list to finish. So the next one I want to talk about, well, next two books I want to talk about, I don't actually own physical copies of, but that is the Graceland series. It's Bitter Blue and Fire. I really want to complete this series. I've read the first one last year and thoroughly enjoyed it. I listened to it on audiobook, so I think I'm probably going to go that way and finish these ones on audiobook as well. Really enjoyed them. Very good books. This one also is kind of set in this world where there are magical people and like non-magical people. There are these people that are called gracelings, and they are graced with like different abilities, and you can tell a graceling apart because they have two different eye colors, which I kind of think is really interesting. But it follows Katza, who is very, very strong and can pretty much kill anybody. Like, she's very strong. So yeah, a lot of stuff happens in the book, but it's really good, and definitely recommend checking it out. So the next one, I'm just picking them off the pile. No, this is no particular order. The next one I need to finish is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I have read Six of Crows probably like 2 years ago now. So I have not finished it. I need to complete this series. I really enjoyed the first one. It's kind of like a book about a heist, and it's got like a group of people, so there's multiple different perspectives, and I really enjoyed it, surprisingly. So this one's kind of like concluding from that cliffhanger that the first one left us off. So I really need to complete this duology and finish it. So this is definitely on my list to complete this year. Next one I want to complete is Wondersmith by Jessica Townsend. This is the second book to Nevermore, A Trial of Morgan Crow. So this one follows what happens after that series for that first book, and I really want to complete the series. I love the first book. It was just so magical and whimsical, and yeah, I love Morgan's character. This one is a middle grade, so yeah, just know there's not any romance or anything in this, but I thoroughly enjoyed this book, well, the first book, and I really am excited to continue on. So if you don't know what this series is about, it follows Morgan, who is considered a cursed child, and cursed children, I think they die on their 11th birthday at midnight or on their like 12th birthday, and one of the Wondersmith Society people comes and like whisk her away to Nevermore, where she has to compete in these trials to get into the Wondrous Society. And it's like, they don't know like what the trials are until that moment, and it's really magical and it's really good. I really enjoyed it. So I'm really interested to see where the series is going. I don't know. I think there's a third one that's coming out, so I need to add that to my list as well. but I'm really excited to continue on with the series. So then the next two, well, it will soon be 3 books I need to finish is Restore Me and Defy Me by Tahar Mafi. These are the next books in the Shatter Me series, and I can't remember which one comes first. I don't remember. But I really need to finish the series. I read the first 3 books and thoroughly enjoyed them. So yeah, I really need to finish these ones. This one is about a girl who has power. It's a dystopian set in like the future. And it follows a girl who has this power where she can actually kill people with her touch. So they isolate her, and then the government gets a hold of her and wants to use her as a weapon, but she doesn't want that, so she kind of runs away, and a lot of stuff happens, and it's a really good book. A little bit different writing style, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Love the series so much. They just get better and better, so I'm hoping that they do the same with the new 3 books that they are coming out with. So I really need to finish this. The next one I should have finished last year, and I did start it, but I really need to finish it this year, is the final book in the Throne of Glass series. This is Kingdom of Ash, and this is by Sarah J. Maas, and I really need to finish this. I was supposed to finish it last year for the Massathon, but that didn't happen, and so now I gotta really finish it this year. So this series is all about an assassin who, she has to go, she gets chosen to be in this competition to become the king's champion, and she has to kind of like fight these other assassins and stuff, but some of the assassins start dying mysteriously, so she's kind of uncovering the mystery of it, and it's a really good series. So definitely recommend this series. Love it. So I really need to finish it, although I'm really sad. I don't know if I want the whole series to end, but I know I want it to end because I need to finish it, but I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, so this is definitely on my list to finish this year. So the next 2 books that I really need to finish are Escaping from Houdini and Capturing the Devil by Carrie Maniscalco. These are historical fiction mystery type books. The first one followed Audrey Rose, who is an apprentice with her uncle who has a forensic scientist or a forensic science lab, and she wants to be a forensic scientist. So she is trying to uncover the mystery of the Stalk and Jack the Ripper killer, and it's such a good series. I love the love interest in it, Thomas Cresswell. He's so witty and snarky and just like the perfect, they are like the perfect couple. I just love them. I ship them together all the time. Like, so I really want to finish these 2. These are the last 2 in this series, so I need to complete them. But again, I'm kind of sad that there's only 2 left. But yeah, I really need to finish this series up. So that's on my list to complete this year. Next one is the last book in the Lunar Chronicles series. This is Winter. I really need to finish this series. I did start listening to this one on an audiobook. I have not completed it yet. But they're all fairy tale retellings, but with a sci-fi twist. They're set in space, and there's a cyborg Cinder, which is for Cinderella. She's a cyborg. And then there's, of course, Rapunzel, who was stuck in a satellite in space. And so they're all different, and they're all like a different twist on everything. So this is the last book in the series, and I think this is like a retelling of, I want to say Snow White, maybe? I don't know. Snow White and the Evil Queen, that's what I want to say. But I really need to finish this series. Definitely recommend them. They're just so good. The audiobooks are great. I actually listened to a couple of them on audiobook. They're really great books, especially if you like sci-fi and fantasy retellings. Definitely go check these ones out. So the next 2 books I need to finish are Legendary and Finale. These are by Stephanie Garber. This is the second and the third book in the Caraval series, and I really need to complete these books. The first one I absolutely loved. It's very magical and mysterious, and it was such a good read. Definitely recommend these. So the first one kind of follows Scarlet, who's trying to save her sister, and she's swept away to Carnival to save her sister, and a lot of stuff happens, and it's just really good. There's twists and turns and just a lot of mysterious stuff going on. It's so good. So definitely recommend the first book. Now I got to finish the rest of the series. So yeah, I really need to finish these. I think this one follows Donatella, which is Scarlet's sister. And I don't know what the third one follows, but I'm really excited to kind of get to these. I really need to finish these. Okay, so the next book I need to complete is one I don't own a physical copy of neither, but I do own the first one. I just don't own the second one. But that is Steel Tide. It's the sequel to Seafire. I really love the first one. It was really good. It kind of follows a band of sisters, a sisterhood, a band of girl pirates who are trying to survive in a man's world, basically, and their sisterhood is just so wonderful, and I really loved it. But there's a lot of just mysterious elements to it, and it's just a very good read. So I really want to finish that one, Steel Tide. I need to order it. So that, I think there's only 2 in that series. I don't know if it's going to be like a duology or not, but yeah, I need to read that one as well. So the next one I need to finish or need to read is A Heart So Fierce and Broken. This is the sequel to A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and I loved the first book, so I need to continue on with this. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, just a little bit different. Harper, the main character, she has cerebral palsy, and I really enjoy her character because even though she does have a disability, she doesn't let that stop her. And then Ren, of course, is the male character, male love interest, and he's just so sweet and kind, and I really enjoy them. So I really want to continue on with this series and see where it goes, because the first book kind of left off on a cliffhanger. So yeah, this is another book that I need to finish this year. Then I need to finish Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. I got to see if my best friend Sarah wants to read this sometime soon. This is the final book in the Folk of the Air series, and I love this series so much. The Cruel Prince is just, it's so dark and so twisted, and it's just so good. I don't know, I thoroughly enjoyed it. But the first book follows Jude and her sister. They are twin girls who get whisked away to the land of fairy by the man who murdered their mother. And so they have to kind of learn how to survive in this world of fairy, where fairies hate humans, like hate them with a passion. And so they have to learn to survive in this world, and it's so good. It's so dark and so different, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I really need to finish this series. So I gotta text my best friend Sarah and see when she wants to read this. So this is the next one on my list to finish. The next book that I want to finish is The Cursed Sea by Lauren DeStefano. This is the sequel to The Glass Bear. I read this, I want to say, a couple years ago. Really enjoyed the first book. I mean, it wasn't my favorite, but I did really enjoy it. So I really need to continue on. And I think this is just duology. I don't know for sure. I haven't really seen anything else come out from her, so I'm thinking this is just duology. But this one follows a girl who can turn people or any living object into glass or gems or any kind of, I want to say precious gems. I think that's what it is. And one day she accidentally, I want to say her brother, she turns into gemstones, and so then she kind of runs away, and yeah, it's different, but it's really good. I actually really enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't my favorite, but it was a really enjoyable read, so I really need to get to the sequel and finish it. So yeah, that's the next book that I need to complete this year. Then I also need to complete Wild Card by Marie Lu. This is the sequel to Warcross, and again, I read Warcross a couple years ago and really enjoyed it. So I really need to see where this story goes. It's a very good book. It follows a girl who is a hacker, and she hacks her way into this virtual reality show and kind of like game, and kind of reveals herself to everybody. And so she thinks she's gonna get like thrown into jail, but she ends up getting a job with the company that creates the game, to find like this hacker that's been kind of making the game glitch and stuff. So yeah, she goes undercover, and it's a really good book. I thoroughly enjoyed it, so I can't wait to see where it goes. So I really need to complete this one. So the last two books that I need to complete so I can finish up some series is the Thunderhead and the Toll. This is by Neil Shusterman. It's the Arc of the Scythe series. I read the first one, thoroughly enjoyed it. I really need to complete the series so I can finally say I finished it, because a lot of people have been raving about the last couple of books, so I really need to complete these ones. This one's set in a utopian world where you kind of like overcame like disease and death and stuff. So in order to control population, these scythes go in, and they are the only ones that are permitted to kill. And so they decide kind of who dies and who doesn't, and it follows two apprentices that they are learning to be scythes, and there's a lot of stuff that's going on, and it's really good. So I'm really excited to kind of see where this goes. So those are the last two books of series that I need to complete. Let me check my list, make sure. Yep, those are the last books that I need to complete this year to finish off some series. So hopefully I get some of these books read. So let me know what you guys thought of this video. If you guys have some series that you need to finish, let me know what they are. Don't forget to like and subscribe, especially if you're new and would like to see more. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.